Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner and welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news. As I've mentioned in the last video, there's going to be a lot of focus on the wingers position in the upcoming new season. There is a problem. There is a problem here. Look, right now, these are the wingers that are available, knowing that Jadon Sancho is back with Man United. Mudryk, I think his career at Chelsea Football Club is over. So we're left with, ladies and gentlemen, we're left with Pedro Neto, Madueke, Tariq George. These are the three that are available in the Club World Cup. Of course, next season, we're going to get Estevar Willian. Now, Estevar Willian, he can definitely play in the wings, but I think he would want to prefer to play through the middle where Cole Palmer is. We'll see what happens because obviously Cole Palmer is the boss at the moment. I don't anticipate Estevar coming in and taking Cole Palmer's position. Both Cole Palmer and Estevar can play out wide, but they do want to drift inwards. They don't necessarily want to beat their man and go to the byline, whip in crosses. They will definitely drift in those areas at times, but I don't think I'd say they're out and out wingers. I mean, Estevar Willian could be. So these are the ones that you're left with. Now, out of these 4 or 5 selections, well, 2 of them, Estevar and Cole Palmer, not really out and out wingers. One of them, Madueke, ladies and gentlemen, the general consensus is that he's probably not good enough. He's not good enough. We've seen enough of him now. There's something about him. There are times where he does well. Then there are many, many times where he just doesn't do the right thing by us. For a top club like Chelsea Football Club, we need far better quality in the wings area. So the word in the street is he's potentially up for sale. And this is not something shocking. This is not something that is too far-fetched. It can be possible. Now, the source where this news is coming from is not your regular journalist out there, but it's a in-the-know person and someone who is quite credible when it comes to in-the-know information. So let's have a quick look at this, and then we're going to go through the news, and we're going to delve deeper in this situation. Like always, I want to know what you guys have to say about it in the comment section. Let me know, and yeah, give your opinion. Smash up the like button as well. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. All right, let's check this out. As you can see, I've highlighted Madueke for sale. Patty, if you haven't followed Patty, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow Patty on Twitter, on X. Chelsea said to cool interest in Mignon. That one is, I think, I don't know whether we're going to go back unless AC Milan can give us that 12.6 million, whatever the thing is. I don't think we're going to go back. And on top of that, Allegri is pushing for a renewal. I find that bizarre how we're not, because there's some glaring issues in our team, and goalkeeping is also a glaring issue. The fact that he's up for grabs for about 20 million pounds, how we're not trying to do that, it baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. Chelsea said to talk with BVB to complete signing of Gittens. Heavy interesting Malick Fofana. Chelsea said to add player in Fofana deal. There you go. So Gittens, ladies and gentlemen, it's just a matter of time. He only wants us, and apparently personal terms are agreed. We've got the ex-Manchester City Academy vibe that's going on, so he fits into that mold. He knows Maresca, he knows Joe Shields, he knows Cole Palmer, he knows Lavia, he knows Palmer, so it only makes sense. He's going to come here and it'll be like a family for him. Malick Fofana is another name that's popped up in the last 24 hours and it's doing the rounds, and apparently it is serious. Yes, it's been there's been some verbal inquiries that's been made, but it could be where we get both and end up loaning Tariq George as well. So this is what Paddy's saying. Madueke for sale. George wants playtime. He's open for Premier League loan. I get it. When you look at the options, Pedro Neto, look, let's start with Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto, ladies and gentlemen, he's a very good player and he's a good winger, but he hasn't delivered at a top level for Chelsea Football Club as yet. So hopefully this season, Champions League football, Premier League football, he can now elevate that game and really start producing for Chelsea. I still believe he's a top player. I know what I saw back in Wolves. So Pedro Neto, we're parking for a second. Still we need a lot, but he's a good player. So we keep him. Tariq George. Let's talk about Tariq George. I actually like Tariq George a lot. Academy product, yes. But more than that, I think there's something about him that we can develop him into a very, very good winger. But I also understand he's young. I also understand he needs minutes. And I'm also open if he needs to go on a loan and play on a regular basis. So I'm quite fine with that. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't appreciate Tariq George a lot. And I also get that because you're fed up with so many kids in Chelsea Football Club. But there's something about Tariq George. But let's, for the time being, say, look, he's not going to be someone who's going to who's going to elevate us to the next level next season. I think there's a lot of development that needs to happen, right? So Tariq George, whether he goes on a loan, whether he stays, it's not going to probably create too much of an impact for Chelsea Football Club. So we park him for a second. Then we've got Madueke, who we've categorically said that, look, he's not good enough. He's just not good enough. There's moments of sparks, but then there's moments of absolute ugliness, right? Him being on sale is probably the right thing. If there is a suitor out there, there's rumors that Newcastle, will see whether Newcastle come in for Madueke. So he's gone, right? So we put him away to the section where he's probably going to be sold. Then you've got Gittens and potentially Malick Fofana. Gittens is going to come in. Looks like that's, as I said, that's just a matter of time. We've already said that Mdueke is not going to be no longer part of Chelsea Football Club because of that doping case. So there is a room for Malick Fofana. There is a room for both these deals happening. And look, from the bits and pieces that I've seen, Malick Fofana looks like, a lot of people have been saying he's the kind of young player that you don't want to miss out on. So 20-year-old, seems like he's got a lot of pace about himself. He loves going 1v1, sometimes 1v2. He likes to produce goals. He likes to score goals. And his trajectory is probably on the right path. And there's been a lot of good wingers that have been developing in that French Ligue 1. His Belgian background, by the way, Eden Hazard vibes, obviously with a bit of tongue-in-cheek. Don't take it too seriously. But there's a lot of good developing wingers happening in France. So watch this space. I think there could be a situation where we can perhaps go for both. The bottom line is, look, are these good enough? Are these good enough to elevate us to compete for the Premier League and to compete in the Champions League? That is the biggest question that a lot of Chelsea fans are having. Me personally, when you thought that we've got Champions League football for this upcoming season, we all thought, okay, now we're going to go for the top targets like your Nico Williamses and like your Rodrigos who are up for grabs in the market. We're not. We've cooled our interest. There was no interest in Nico Williams, let's be honest. I mean, there might have been interest, but Nico Williams wasn't aware of it. Rodrigo, I don't know why we're not pursuing that. So we're going to maintain this club policy, the new ownership policy, the directorships policies, young, build them up. I just don't think this can materialize into winning trophies down the track, important trophies. You may win some little trophies. Like, look, I'll even take the little ones. Domestic cups, I don't even consider them little anymore. But, the main creme de la creme is always Premier League and Champions League. And I don't know if these links that we've got are going to help us get those big trophies. Florian Plettenberg, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Chelsea have inquired about Malick Fofana. He's one of the names on their shortlist. However, the main priority remains Jamie Gittens. There is still verbal agreement in place. However, it remains unclear whether an agreement with Borussia Dortmund can be reached, as they are demanding 65 million euros, including bonuses for Gittens. I'm sure eventually enough, an agreement will definitely be reached. Gittens wants Chelsea Football Club. So when a player wants something, it probably needs to happen. Don't forget, we've got Chukwuemeka at Dortmund, which I'm sure we're going to use in this negotiation as well. 65 million euros. Look, that's far too hefty. We're looking at something around 40 million pounds. I think somewhere 40 to 45 is the right price, I feel, for Gittens. Anything more than that, I think we're overpaying. But the bottom line is, player wants him, Chelsea wants him. Let's see what the clubs can do and talk to each other. Malick Fofana is obviously someone that we're pursuing as well, and maybe we add on top of Gittens. Fabrizio Romano has also put on Gittens information. Jamie Bino Gittens not opening door to other clubs as he maintains the agreement on several-year deal with Chelsea. Discussions club to club remain ongoing. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the wingers' latest news. I feel like we're definitely getting Jamie Gittens. It's a matter of time. and we're probably going to add Malick Fofana on top of that, which will then mean we need to move on Madueke, and we'll see what the future holds for Tariq George. Let me know your thoughts. Are you okay with letting go of Madueke? Me personally, yeah, I've seen enough now, man. You know, it's been 2 or 2.5 seasons of Madueke, and I feel like he's not really developed to the level that we aspire him to develop to. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya. Bye.